Hi, hobby friends. How's it going? Welcome to this Sunday morning. If you're in the United Kingdom, happy Mother's Day, especially if you're a mother. I don't know that we have any of those, but it's never too late.
Yeah, we definitely have like some doggy and kitty moms.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
It doesn't really count, but what I was gonna say is that we're really happy to have you here either way. And also we're doing something kind of different today. I'm excited about this because it satisfies a lot of demands of the channel. Demand number one, it's an interesting it's an interesting hobby number three.
Yeah.
No, I mean we are a hobby channel, and this is an interesting hobby. And the reason I think this is such a special, we're going to be sponging stuff today.
Yeah.
The reason I think this is
sponges.
The reason I think this is such a special and important hobby technique is because we all take airbrushing for granted. We use airbrushes to do terrain, to do base coating on things, but terrain especially, which is what we'll be working on today mostly, and bases also, which is going to be exciting. Kind of a version of terrain, right? Can really benefit from this technique, and it's going to look awesome, and it's super cheap, and you don't have to airbrush.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're young and you don't have the space.
If you're young.
A lot of younger.
If you're old, you're not allowed to do this.
Well, a lot of younger people I've noticed don't airbrush. I think.
Yeah, I know.
They're moving around.
Right.
It's a little more expensive.
They're getting
they're getting their hobby feet, right?
Yeah.
Airbrush is a little more advanced. This is not that advanced. So, Meg, real quick, I want to. We have a video kind of showing what made us want to do this so much. But if you could, let's go to a Lumix shot real quick first because
let's talk recipe.
I want to show what we're doing here. This is the recipe is good too. We'll come back and talk about the recipe in a second a little bit more. But just so you guys are aware, what this is a. This was actually Warcry terrain from like the release of Warcry way back when. You guys have heard those of you outside of the US and maybe Canada might not know what Frontline Gaming is, but you've heard us talk about them. At their events, they have like secondhand sales, and at their events they have like secondhand sales, and in these secondhand sales you can pick up a lot of great stuff. I was fortunate enough to pick up a bunch of AOS terrain about a year and a half ago at SoCal Open 2022. I was there. They had a ton of AOS terrain. I was there, and it was cheap, so I bought a ton, and this was some of it. So this is what we're going to be working on. You'll be seeing this on one of our boards in the near future. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited for that, like very near future, honestly. The board is pretty much finished. Meg, we can come back to me, and then we'll look at this thing here in a second.
Yeah.
Come back.
Let's see that.
Yeah. There's more to this that we'll be doing that probably off air, but you guys can kind of see the start of this. The board for this, if you ever watched Tabletop Titans, was that really black obsidian board that we had over there. That board, I started, and then I made, it has some wilderness stuff, and it has some like 40K sci-fi things. So what's really nice about that board for my purposes now, now that we have we're streaming Sigmar games, is that we can keep the wilderness stuff, and then we just have to replace the sci-fi stuff with some
non-sci-fi stuff. Some higher fantasy things.
High fantasy stuff, and that's what this is.
That's what this is.
All right, show us where you got this idea from, Meg.
So this is kind of a funny technique that we're doing because I've actually had this on my list for a really long time as something I've wanted to try on the channel or just on my own, and we just haven't gotten around to it. So it's like, I think I've had this on my list since like July. Like way back when the channel started. And that tells you guys how long it takes us to like get to things, right? Anyways, this was the first post I think I saw with this technique, and it was by Another Day Miniatures on Instagram. Go check them out. A lot of good work. But I was just like, this is so simple. and so beautiful. Like right now we're seeing edge highlighting and things like that, but I mean, you saw the base coat being laid down. It's just dabbing a sponge. And I was like,
yeah,
it cannot be that easy. Why aren't we all doing this? So I was super inspired by this post. But this is actually like this is a BOGO inspiration today. I have a couple of things. I'm going to turn these off and turn on, let's see. Let me make sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to turn on the other inspiration that I got from Instagram, which is from the Modular Realms. We actually have this tutorial linked in our description. So if you're following along, you want to try it out, or if you want to try it later, this is a pretty decent tutorial that I found that does this cool like lava effect. And Zach, I'm going to pass you these bases that I have going on for my Seraphon. This is what I'm going to be doing. First, I want to test this technique out. Sorry, let's do that. I want to test this technique out first before I like do it to all my bases. But if you take a look at her tutorial, the first step was like laying down the lava color, right? So that yellow, she's kind of just using like wet sponge and pushing colors down into the cracks. So that was step one. And I did that last night. I didn't want to do that on stream. And then I did a gloss varnish. So I would be very happy to hear that she's spreading the good word of gloss varnishing in between your layers. But on top of that, so now today I'm going to build up the stonework, and it's going to be like a bright white stone. So I tried out the first base color before the stream started. And these guys are going to sit on top of the bigger base, my Raptidons.
Raptidons go here.
Yeah. And then these guys...
Now, this one doesn't have the tan, of course.
Not yet, no. But I want to... Like, this is how they're going to fit together, right? Like, this is what my army is going to kind of look like. I'm very excited to test this out. So far, I'm happy with the results. I've only done the first layer. But if I like it, I'll do this to all my bases.
Hey, I have just something...
And I'll show you guys what else.
I have something to consider now that I'm looking at this. And now that I understand that and remember
like
that
what
this
I'm
is
trying
supposed
to
to
do.
be like a glow.
Yeah.
Is I would not keep the rims light blue. I would do the rims like
we
a
haven't gotten that
super
far.
dark blue.
Yeah.
Like here, I'll show you. I'll grab the color. I know exactly where it is because I just looked at it.
Okay.
Just a thought, Meg. You do
yeah.
you do you.
That's fine.
But I'll grab the color real quick.
That's fair. I'll share these. Like as I work on it, I'll put it under the camera so you guys can see what I have in mind for the bases. Because actually getting this far along, okay, yeah, that works.
I do just my thought. And the reason I say to do that, if we go back to the Lumix for a second.
Sure.
She wants this to appear as a glow, the recesses. And so I personally, Meg, would not do the rim also the same glow color.
Sure.
Just so that this pops more.
Okay.
Just my thought.
That's what today is for. Today is like a test for me to test the stuff out and see what I like. Yeah. So I don't know. This is me figuring out my plan, right?
Right.
So I'll try that out, and if I like it, I'll do it.
Fun.
Thanks for the suggestion. Thanks you guys for hanging out on Sunday with us. There's many ways to support the channel. You being here is one. Telling other people is another. Telling them to follow us on all the things.
Yeah, if you like one of Suray's cool tutorial videos, share it.
Please.
In the Discord you're in. We're not in all the Discords.
No.
Especially I'm in like 0 40K Discords. Share it on the Reddit you're in, on the Facebooks you're in, whatever groups you're in. It actually does a lot for us.
Yeah. We've been asked before, like, how can I help? Like, people who are mandrels, people who super chat, people who donate memberships, they're already, like, tapped out. They're like, how else do I help you?
Yeah.
Just sharing.
That's a good non-financial way to help.
Just sharing stuff is very, very helpful to us. We're fledgling, you know? I wanted to say welcome. We had a new member at the start of this stream. Let me get it up. Oops, I have coffee in my hands. I don't want to mess up the party with spilling coffee everywhere. Let's see. Ulve Broder, welcome to Lab Rat. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you're here. You did that of your own free will. Mm-hmm. We'll have a member game stream on Monday for you. and a Journeys on Friday for you as well. Chris, thank you for your 5 Hobby Collab memberships and the party lights. We love that. Welcome new members.
Thanks, Chris.
You guys got the memo. So we have some member stuff lined up for you this week. Why don't we just show it? There we go. The sword and the spoon.
Yeah.
That's Monday.
That's
for
Monday.
Members.
Yeah.
Saturday, yesterday, for everyone.
Yeah.
And then you guys are with us on our hobby hangout today, and then also Wednesday we'll be hanging out, and our member only stream on Friday. This Friday is going to be with Saray.
This Friday's Journeys is with Saray.
It's Saray's turn. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do this now.
Now, did you? I saw in the video they were using a pair of tweezers. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, should I use tweezers?
I just found out.
I'm
That
all right.
I just
I
found
could
out
try
that I
it.
need to.
You need to.
For the steps, I'm gonna grab some.
Why do you need to?
For the little steps.
Yeah. I hear you.
Do you want to see? Do you want to show? Here, hit the Lumix. So.
Hit the Lumix. Sorry, what do you?
What's the joke?
There's no joke.
Okay, I need to use tweezers.
I just wanted to know why.
Because otherwise, like, you have a big piece.
Yeah.
And you, like, when you sponge, you're just hitting the edges.
Okay. I see. So the little one, it's just like easier to hold and to get into the smaller cracks.
It makes holding the little ones easier. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm dabbing on. So this part in the steps, Modular Realm says to like do a damp dry. So I've got the color into the cracks. Now I'm just trying to do the tops of the cobblestone stuff. And so she said, just take a damp, dry sponge and just dab it, right? So you're trying not to like put stuff in the cracks. And actually, I thought that would be harder. Like, I was very worried about stuff going in the cracks, and it's not happening.
It just doesn't
happen. Don't overload your sponge.
And also don't have it be too wet.
Ooh, you know what else
I know
I'm
they say
liking?
damp dry, but
yeah. Damp is like it's moist, lightly moist, right? You shouldn't be able to squish water out of it. Okay, I kind of like this effect. Do you want to show? Like, not doing the whole thing. Kind of looks cool. It doesn't sell glowing, but I'm like, I kind of like it anyway. Do you ever do that? That's not what I'm going for, but I like it.
Sometimes I do that, but then later on I realize that
it doesn't work. Yeah. But I do like the idea of like, and I didn't follow this, so maybe on my next one, pulling back more, like not putting as much medium down in areas where there should be more glowing coming through.
Oh, I see.
Right? Like, around the cracks here for me, like, I could leave those a little more blue.
Yeah, I think if you're selling an effect then I think it's good. But this is already looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I can tell that multiple layers of this is going to look great.
Yeah. Barry, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody knows what that is. Nobody has ever seen that before. It's the sword and the spoon.
Yeah.
I don't make mistakes. Oh my God, Barry, meme master Barry. Speaking of, we do have some memes that we should get to.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Why not?
Let's do it. What a great way to start a Sunday with some memes.
Yeah.
Just a few. Actually, Soy Sumer has output quite a few original memes. And I know we gave him some crap last Sunday, so I thought I would showcase one or two.
The big problem with original memes is that it's hard for people to tell if they're original.
It's true.
The ones that we've historically been able to tell if they're original
because it's about us.
Is about something related to the channel.
Yeah.
Somebody in the channel, something that happened on the channel.
Yeah.
Then we're like, okay, yeah, that's. But otherwise, it's really pretty much nearly impossible to confirm that somebody actually made a meme or not. Not that we don't believe him.
We don't trust you guys.
Just inherently, inherently the assumption is that none of those memes are original.
Yeah, we take meme authenticity very seriously.
Sure.
But yeah, so apparently Soy Sumer does make a lot of original memes, and the tip off is that they're flesh eater quartz. Yeah. So there you go. I thought that one was pretty good. Oh, Usharon. Everyone's got like Usharon fever, I feel like. I've been seeing Usharon being worked on a lot.
On Instagram.
On the socials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all over Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun. Meg has been working on him. We will have Flesh Eater Quartz on our channel very soon. If you've been watching our Sword in the Spoon games, I want to personally sort of apologize for the dearth of... Has dearth been a lot?
You?
No. Yeah, that.
Yeah, no, you've got...
And then
why
also...
would you apologize for that?
And then also, Soul-like Gravelords.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
And I'm going to tell you right now, next Saturday, I think it's also Soul-like Gravelords.
But it's John, isn't it?
But it's John, yeah. And that's going to end soon because of Flesh Eater Quartz. John, actually, and Megan will be playing some Flesh Eater Quartz, and possibly Steven. He's on a little less, but the reality is we just have a ton of Soul-like Gravelords, and we're always asking people to play the armies that they enjoy.
We have like 7,000 points.
We don't.
It's kind of a lot.
We don't assign armies to people and say, "I need you to learn this and play it." We say, "What's fun for you?" Right? And so people play what's fun for them, and that's
yeah.
And so you guys get what you get.
You get what you get.
But we're about to have 2 new death armies in the studio. My Night Haunt. My Quicksilver Dead Nighthaunt and the Flesh Eater Quartz. And the Flesh Eater Quartz is a lot, and we have everything.
We have a lot.
We have a lot.
Do we have everything? I don't know. I'm like a Soul Blight player with all of my points.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean we have
We
everything?
do have everything.
There's nothing.
The only thing we don't have enough of, perhaps, that we just need to get 3 more of, is the new Bat Knights, the Bat Rider Knights.
Oh, yeah.
We might have actually gotten 3 more. I can't remember. We have 3 assembled. I think we want to eventually have 6.
Okay.
And that's it. Other than that, we really do have everything. I cannot express enough how much we have everything. So.
Okay.
Oh, you know what we don't have is the stupid terrain piece because no one can find it.
So Soy Sumer, you have that to look forward to.
Yeah. Anyway,
Flesh Eater Quartz,
I wanted to get that out in the open, and thank you guys for your patience as we expand our army list and expand what players play.
It's true.
Yeah.
I know, and here I am painting a Seraphon army when we have a Seraphon.
We have a Seraphon army, but you know what? Again,
it's
what people want to do, what people enjoy. Your Seraphon will also be different than Brett's. He doesn't he just doesn't really doing the Starborn thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Barry, for this meme. These memes. Barry did some deep dives into our lore. These are throwbacks to our...
Well, this came up recently, actually. In food, I was talking about how... Someone was talking about making a crab pasta, and I was like, I feel like that's kind of weirdly a waste of crab and a waste of...
Who says that?
And a waste of pasta?
To somebody after making a meal.
Well, I said, I'm sure it's... I don't even actually know that they had made the meal. I can't remember what happened. We were just talking about it, and I was like, I kind of think it's
afterwards.
Yeah, I kind of think it's both a waste of crab and a waste of pasta.
Oh my god!
You don't like crab pasta either.
I don't like crab pasta. No.
Crab. I've made it before, and you're like, I'd rather just have the crab on its side or something.
Yeah. Anyway, we had some nasty comments made on one of our shorts, and we had fun making fun of them, and so this is a throwback to that for those of you who are new. What episode was that? I don't remember. Do you remember?
No.
I don't remember either. I think it was you and Saray, though, and you guys were, like, rating the mean comments, which was great.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Okay, I'm working on the next layer up.
Same here. If you want to go to the Lumix real quick.
Yeah.
I'll show that... what I'm doing now is, this is the weird color, right? This is, everything else.
That's cool.
Everything else I'm doing is a gray.
Oh, should we talk about the recipe then?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so right now I'm on the Dark Jade, Pro Acrylic Dark Jade. And everything else I'm doing, like I said, is a gray of some sort. But this is jade. This is, well, you see what color it is here. And this is just to give it a little bit more of that kind of natural interest of, like, reds and greens and blues work their way into stone and wood all the time, right? Like visually. So that's what this is. I'm being less particular. In other words, I like put the dark gray down really like I want it to almost be full coverage. But of course, sponging won't allow that, right? Unless you sit here all day sponging. This one I'm kind of like skipping around a little bit more, you can see.
Yeah. And it's like more patchy.
Yeah. So something to keep in mind. And Meg's going to end up kind of following along with me here eventually. So
I will. I promise. No, I will help him. Of course.
And actually, even if you don't, that's okay. But yeah, like I'm not super concerned even here in using the little one. I wanted to use the little one. Sorry, by little one I mean tweezers and little sponge piece. I wanted to use it for sure for the first gray that I put down. So like that I could get in and like get the black primer covered up more, right? Yeah. But here now I'm kind of okay. Just trying to push it in with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the party lights, Zell Nasty. That's awesome. Zell Nasty gifted 5 memberships.
Thanks, Zell Nasty. As always, big supporter of the channel. We do appreciate it.
Nice to see all these new non-gray names. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We just think green is a better color. Okay, I can pass this to you if you want to show where I'm at with this. It's a nice texture. So this one, I just sort of like randomly applied. There's no cracks in that stone, like major cracks. But yeah, I mean, I'm already liking the texture it's giving it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm going to go up one more level with white. Here's one where I focused the highlight sponge more around the crack. What an easy technique. Even I can do it.
I forgot kind of these pillars. As you guys can see on this...
Stone is not gray, says Polychrome.
As you guys can see on these, they have these like spots for these different pillars that you put on. But I'm not going to glue the pillars because that's a recipe for things breaking.
Yeah, that's good. And then you can do things when we're playing like punish us for knocking them over.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love.
There's also a number of things that go on this thing on this
number of
platform.
Things that go on this thing.
Yeah, so there's these pillars which are kind of meant to go here like this, I think. But there's a total of 8 pillars and two of these things. And so we can do other things later on, like have a single one in the center and have more pillars around. It just gives you some fun options. You could just use the pillars. I like that for leaving things off. You can do we do like studio photography, as you guys know, for when we shoot pictures of the armies and stuff. And having things like, you'd be surprised at the weird stuff you can do with terrain for photography. Yeah. So like the tall trees that we use for this one board where we it's in a forest and it has these tall redwood trees that Brett and I painted. You can, like, in some of the photography for the spider army and for the troll army, if you look carefully, I've laid them down. And, like, they make cool backgrounds. It looks like a fallen tree in the background stuff. You wouldn't play with them like that on the board. Because they're not painted on the underside. And they're hollow and they look weird. But it's sort of fun because you can... if you have things like these pillars... Right, and I want to like shoot some guys up here. I can have like one pillar here. Yeah. And I can have one that's like falling down and stuff like that. So just a little information nobody asked for, but I went on
I love it.
Lengthy explanation of. There for you. Now you guys know. You guys know how we shoot. How we shoot things.
All right, I'm gonna let this dry. Excuse me, and I'm gonna help you out for a bit, Zach. How's that? Okay. You're like, please.
Yeah, so, no, that's fine. So the first thing I did, Meg, was use this basalt gray. And I used a big sponge piece. Like,
big sponge.
Or a thick sponge, not the little tight packing foam. But, again, you guys can see here I'm using an actual kitchen sponge. Fresh kitchen sponge. I bought these last night.
Fresh.
And
Not like the sponge on our thumbnail.
right, and that's it. And then Meg, I did, as you can kind of see with the gray, I did pretty close to full cover.
Yeah.
Not, like I covered all the
Pretty
area.
close.
But even the like here's some area where there's no turquoise. That's fine. But for even the turquoise, and then I did do the not the foam piece, but a little tiny sponge piece. I did do a tiny sponge piece that you can rip off of one of these, and tweezers to get into here.
Yeah. Okay. I was doing that too a little bit with my bases. If you want to see, I don't know. If you have any thoughts, I welcome them.
No, I mean they're looking good.
You're like,
I'm worried they're too light.
Too light? What do you mean?
Because you're gonna have a bright model sitting on top of it.
I'm gonna go up. Oh.
You're right. Well, you're gonna go up more.
I don't feel like that's an issue.
Okay.
But like I guess they're bright, but they're brightly colored, so they're not white.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Not too worried about it. I'll show more of the stuff I'm going to add to the bases too, because I'm not just going to leave it here.
That'll help.
Yeah. Okay. I need to actually help you. Sorry. Are you using the sides to press or like the flat?
Flat.
Okay.
Did they say to use side?
No, I was just asking you how you're doing it, so it matches.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so nice, but I did not put enough paint down for myself.
Yeah, you
use a lot of paint.
Kind of.
For a train this big.
Yeah. Which is good. I'm always happy to get rid of some paint.
Please, I know. Where did it go? Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I think these look great, Meg. Your bases.
Okay, good.
I am like. Yeah, my concern is so I want to see the other stuff that goes on here.
Yeah,
and
I'll do that.
I want to. I do think that you're gonna. I do think the darker rim's gonna be better.
Oh,
but
sure.
that's
Yeah, I'll try that out. I
might be wrong.
It's okay. It's fine. I'll like tack it down to get a sense of what it will look like. Yeah, why don't more people do this, Zach? For terrain, it's like a no-brainer.
Well, what's really funny, after my first layer, and now once again after my first two layer, I'm kind of like...
You're like, I need to airbrush.
No, no, but what I was about to say, I did notice earlier that airbrushing is faster.
Oh,
but
sure.
But still, I like this texture.
The texture's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I realized we could do, Meg, with the sharp...
It just reads as, like, natural.
Like the sharp corner edge sponges.
Yeah.
Like this. And what we can do is we can... so since these are stones, we can do a stone like this one way with, like, the brighter colors.
Yeah.
And then we can rotate it and do it like this way, another, like, you know what I mean? We can use the edge of the sponge to kind of define here, so we should do that.
You can edge the squares. Guys, don't forget to vote in our poll. Like all of our polls, it's very important. We're gonna go over the results in like 5 minutes. Or no, in a little bit, a little longer than 5 minutes. We actually have a segment coming up in 5 minutes. So I don't know if you guys caught, but I did borrow that image from a Duke article, and I linked to it in our description.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. The article's very interesting. It like talks about why sponges are so gross, because they literally are gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like not hygienic at all. Did you know that, Zach?
I know they often smell bad. I know people clean them in microwaves.
Okay.
We don't have a microwave.
That makes sense, I guess.
But yeah. I know that's like one of the best ways to tell you to clean them, and I think it does work.
Probably, yeah.
People at home, if anybody done this again, we don't use sponges.
I hate sponges.
We don't use sponges to clean.
We've bought them before to like help scrub stuff off, but I always like still like wash again.
Yeah.
But I personally like don't enjoy a sponge. I'd rather have like those metal like chain link, not like chainmail like scrubbers. You know?
Yeah.
Those are much better.
So Mike, to answer your question, I don't really. I haven't really
Gross.
used sponges historically either. My family didn't really either, and
Ours didn't.
I know that yours didn't either. Yeah.
No, we use washcloths.
Same. Yeah. And then like I was saying, I know you can put them in a microwave, and that's like supposed to be the best way to clean them.
Sure.
Which sounds right.
It sounds right, but I'm still kind of like, ooh, I don't want that near my dishes. Like, I don't want it near my countertop with the clean dishes right next to it. Like, yeah, it's like, so they did this study, and they like, I don't know. It's hard to, I'm trying to explain it. Like, they had, I think, large, like a surface with large pockets or less pockets in it versus a surface with small pockets, something like this. I think it had to do with the size of the pockets.
Okay.
And like the study seemed to find that it didn't matter, like the size. They kind of averaged out like the same types of like, I don't know, nasty stuff growing, right? In either one. So all that matters is how many you have. Like, you just need a ton. And sponges are nothing but pockets everywhere. So they're just like, they're perfect little petri dishes.
Yeah.
For things.
Interesting.
I'm like, that's nasty. I will not use sponges.
Now, look, folks at home, one thing I will say, you guys see I'm doing the corner thing here now, and it's awesome. But mostly, and we started our stream today by assuming we wouldn't be using corner pieces. I just kind of realized we could do this as we started the stream. But mostly you don't want corner pieces because, like, if you watch what happens when I put it down where it's not supposed to go, it just clearly looks wrong.
Yeah.
So
you kind of have to cut them almost if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, which is what I did here. I cut like a round shape.
Yeah.
And then you were like, just tear them. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. And then I tore them, and they come out even better. But you can see, I think the corner pieces are actually, in this particular case, the corner pieces have this interesting use of being able to, kind of define these corners like that. Like, look at that. That looks so much like,
that looks cool.
It adds a lot of realism to it.
Especially if you have like a light source coming in and you just do that consistently. Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing them all the same angle because I'm assuming that the tiles were not.
I know.
Right.
But you could sell a light source.
You could do this to make a light source.
Yeah.
Or you could do it the way I'm doing, which is like the stones
Sort
were
of
laid
random,
down. Well,
yeah.
they were just how they were laid down, right?
Like it's part of the design of the stone, not a reflection of the light.
Just the natural way the stone. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, now I'm using graphite, and what I'm doing with graphite first is pulling out some corners and stuff, which I think is quite a good look. Mm-hmm. And after I pour out some corners with graphite, I'm going to use another sponge. We're actually going through sponges kind of quick here, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to start another
As long as they're clean.
sponge here. And just do some more graphite in other places. The graphite is the last one I'm doing. That is the big sponge, I think.
Okay.
Although I'll be honest, the big sponge is looking
Here we can put up the
good.
recipe again.
The big sponge is looking pretty good.
It looks great.
We might
I love these kitchen
we might alter
sponges
the
for
recipe
this.
to mostly use the big
sponge. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Meg, what I was starting to say before we
Yeah,
get our
sorry.
segment is
Yeah.
that I did one layer of the sponge, and I was like, I feel like I've been to some game stores and some RTTs and played on train that this is all somebody did. And now that I've done a few more layers, I'm like, I've definitely been to some tournaments and some GTs and some RTTs where this is what they did.
You mean like only step one? Or do you mean
No, now like now I can see they've probably more steps.
Sure.
But
But it's just sponging.
yeah, I feel like I've seen that a lot. Certainly for stone, it's amazing. I think for stone, it's almost better than airbrushing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a fantasy game, if you're playing AOS, you're playing Old World, you're playing Conquest or whatever,
Right.
then it's amazing.
Okay. I'm almost done with the big sponge. I need the little sponge to get in the cracks, pretty much, of the steps
for this
Yeah,
color.
you need the tweezers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the... Yeah.
But I wanted to get the big areas first.
Yeah, just...
Wrap
So, Meg,
that
what I
up.
found was I only used the tweezer and the little piece of sponge for the first step, for the first color.
Yeah.
I didn't use it, and, like, I think it's fine.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I would say... Well, I don't know.
Yes.
We have more light colors to say. I would say here's my one.
This.
This isn't super like a criticism, but my one observation about this so far would be that it's darker than I would like. But also, I like my train kind of darker.
Yeah.
But I like train
It's
kind
not
of
popping and making the stealing the show.
stealing the show. This is going on a dark matte though, so I do want to pop out a little bit from that dark matte. But I think it's gonna do it. We still have 2 more colors to sponge up.
Yeah.
Okay, segment time. Let's do a quiz. We like to do quizzes for Meg, and we have this one type of quiz that we do every now and then called close up or sponge. Sponge or close up. It's actually blank or close up.
Okay. Like we don't regularly do sponge or close up.
We haven't done one for a little while. But here is one for you. And so what we've done is we've taken a picture of something, and Meg has to decide, is this like a sponge, or is it like when they take those really crazy close-up shots of something, like super like micro camera, right? Like you see little water bears and stuff. What is
water
this?
bears?
Yeah, is this water bear country on something? Is this a close-up, Meg, or is this actually just a sponge?
I mean, looking at this, it obviously looks like bread.
It looks like bread.
It's definitely close-up bread.
Close-up of bread, maybe like a blue cake.
Maybe you exactly like a blue rainbow cake.
Like a blue rainbow cake, like you go to Target and you get the blue cake in the box.
That's
from
obviously
Food Network, because Food Network makes
here.
Cakes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with something blue bread.
You are right that it is a close-up.
Yeah.
Meg, but it is not a close-up of a cake.
Oh, okay.
It is actually a close-up of the paint job on a 1994 Ford Tempo.
It's so porous.
Yeah. It's not great paint.
No, is that why? I mean, are these good cars? Like
the 1994 Ford Tempo?
Can't be with that kind of paint.
I mean, they're cars. They're cars.
They're cars.
That's for sure.
It is a car.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
I guess so. Okay, so I botched that first one.
You botched the first. Well, you were on the right track. You knew it wasn't a sponge.
Thank you for the
You identified it wasn't a sponge. You did.
Yeah, I did know that it wasn't.
Okay, next up, sponge or close up.
Ooh, this looks like a close up of that. I think it's a close up.
Okay.
I think you're on the close up train.
Okay.
I think this is a close up of that like stringy pork that I get in my banh mi.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Kind of what it
pork floss.
Like
it's called.
pork floss, yeah.
Not
like it's
appetizing.
very it's so good though. It's so stringy. It's like dry and like
and they put the
shredded.
vegetables.
Yeah,
and
I love it
mayo
so
on
much.
there. Yeah,
it's so much better than like straight pork sandwich, I think.
Okay, all right. So you're saying.
So I'm saying that this is pork floss.
Banh mi pork
I think
floss close up.
you must have ordered a sandwich for me. I hope it's in the kitchen
I
waiting
didn't.
for me.
I didn't.
And taken a picture up close of my pork floss.
I didn't. I didn't. It is a close up once again.
Okay, great.
Yeah, but it's actually a close up of
gross.
earwax.
Ew,
of human earwax.
That's nasty.
And I did not take a picture of the human earwax itself, but of just a human ear. I thought that would be less
That'd be
gross.
too much, yeah. That's disgusting.
Earwax is, for me, I don't know why, but earwax is kind of like the grossest bodily fluid there is.
Really?
It's kind of gross. Earwax is gross. You don't get, like, there's not a lot of earwax stuff going on, right?
Well, what do you mean going on? Like, you mean like Rule 34?
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about?
Rule 34. Rule 34, not a lot of earwax. Not a lot of earwax stuff.
Do you guys know about earwax stuff?
Yeah, is there earwax,
earwax
stuff going
stuff
on?
out
Because
there?
it doesn't seem like there's a lot of earwax stuff going on. I for one am glad.
Also, if there is, then make sure to share that close up in whatever subreddit has it for those earwax lovers.
Also, did you know that human genome wise, DNA wise, there are actually 2 types of earwaxes that different humans have?
Okay. Yeah, I think I knew this because we did 23andMe.
Yeah, and there's like 2 different types of earwax.
Yep,
pretty not great.
It's pretty cool, I guess.
Don't you think that just a picture of the ear close when you know that
gross enough.
When you know that you just look at a close up of human earwax?
Earwax?
The picture of the ear up close is pretty gross. And don't actually, now that you think about it, ears are weird, huh? They're pretty weird.
They're
looking.
pretty weird.
They're pretty weird.
gross.
Ears are pretty weird.
I think it's really gross when people are into like kissing ears and stuff because it's like I know what's in there.
Yeah, right
don't
in
trust
there.
you.
Right in there. Yeah, right
Yeah.
in there is this. Okay. Last but not least, the final one. Sponge or close-up.
Okay. This one's tricky.
Yeah.
I almost think it could be a sponge, but I don't know. I don't know if you would go sponge with the last one. I think what does this one look like? It's not quite, it's definitely not a beehive, right? Like honeycomb, because it's not, the shapes are too irregular.
I know, we should have one of those warnings for people with that fear or
Fear of earwax?
no, of holes, like of the
Fear of
weird holes.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for this one, I think this is a sponge. I think you went sponge
You
with
think I
this
went
one. Yeah.
sponge?
This looks like
Not
it
a
could be
sponge.
like a real
It
life
is a close-up.
sponge.
I'm sorry, Meg. All
Oh,
three are close-up.
man.
This is actually one of those super up close micro
Sponges?
photographies of the skin of Chester Cheetah. This is what his skin looks like, super up close. Yes, I got her. Anyway, thanks for playing sponge or close-up, Meg. You did pretty good. You got them all wrong, but you did know that 2 of the 3 were close-ups. I think you did pretty decent overall.
I'm sorry,
All
that's
things
so
considered.
gross, man.
What, Chester Cheetah's?
Cheetah's
skin?
porous fur.
No, that's not fur. That's like skin.
Ew, he's just skin. He's not covered in fur.
Chester Cheetah's.
He's like one of those weird Sphinx cats, but
Yeah.
covered in spots. Oh man. Thanks for quizzing me.
Yeah, you did.
Why did
You
this
did
light
okay.
turn
You
off?
did okay.
This is weird. Sorry. I love your quizzes, man. Okay.
How's it going?
It's going fine.
What layer are you? Oh, you
I'm
still
still
on the
doing
basalt?
steps.
Okay.
Sorry, I was taking a quiz.
No, that's okay. I know. But I am moving off of graphite. I'm getting
Yeah.
getting close to the final 2 colors here.
Oh my god. This is why I married you. Anyway. Yeah. I also wanted to throw out a quick reminder to everybody who's a mandrel. If you guys are not mandrels, it's very easy to become one. It's $8 a month. You get extra videos. We do some extra votes, which we need to throw up soon. We do need to put up a vote. And we do have a behind the scenes video coming out soon that we're working on. And also it's just like extra support, right? You just want to support us. Anyway, we have some thank yous that we do from time to time. Today there will be, let's remind you guys, today there's going to be a workshop in our Discord, at 3:00 p.m. Pacific time. And remember, it's daylight savings time, time change today for us in the States. Quick and dirty, non-metallic metal. How am I supposed to say it? And it doesn't matter. With Devin Bush, who is an award-winning painter and was on our channel a few weeks ago. He's going to be running a workshop. So if you're a mandrel, hop on in over at 3. And if you're not a mandrel and you want to check this out, it's very easy. Just go to our YouTube homepage, and upgrade. Do a nice upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we started Hobby Collab, we had a lot of conversations about if we even wanted 2 tiers of membership. In a lot of ways, we did not. But ultimately, we decided to, and we wanted to keep kind of both of our membership rates very low. Mm-hmm. That's why it was me who required the talking into multiple membership
Oh yeah, the rest of us
tiers.
are just money hungry.
No, I didn't like the concept of the tier system.
Well, we don't want to play favorites, right?
We don't want to play favorites,
But-
exactly. So that's why we do keep a lot of things open to everybody, and also why we make our lowest membership so inexpensive for like $4 a month. I think probably other YouTube channels thought we were crazy if they even know who
If
we
they
are.
even thought about it at all.
If they
I'm like,
thought about it at
I
all,
doubt
which
it.
they probably
I
didn't,
don't
but
think they even know
They
who
would
we are.
probably think that
It's fine.
that rate is kind of
But
crazy.
we do like to do thank yous every once in a while for
Yeah.
mandrels because it's really cool.
Okay, Meg. So I'll show where I'm at here.
Yeah.
Now we are. So here's the recipe. We have just done the graphite. Like I said, I think I'm gonna probably do. Like I said, I think I'm probably going to do more big sponging,
Okay.
not switch to little sponge.
Okay.
Here because I like where this is going, and it's just starting to lighten up a little bit. So I did with graphite. I did the edges. I did the edge sponge on some of the tiles. I also went back here. I'll show you guys. I'll literally
It's really
do one
nice, Zach.
right in front. I found that I'm gonna pick a spot on one of these pillars. Right here. I found that I liked the look when I kind of went real hard in one area like this with a sponge and just made like a kind of a lighter area. Like I did it here. I did it here. You can see. So this way, it's you get kind of a few of these little just areas that are a little brighter.
A little brighter, yeah. I'm gonna switch back to my bases and do
Yes.
the next one up, and then I'll get back to
No rush.
the terrain.
No rush. Now the rest of the plan for this, by the way, for this thing right here, I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. The rest of the plan is to so we have a couple more lighter colors. We'll also do an edge highlight on the steps a little bit. I don't think we're going to recess wash because we don't need to. That's actually one of the advantages of a
nice,
sponge
yeah.
over an airbrush.
Yeah. It's
And-
like one less step you have to worry about.
I think I'm going to paint this thing in the middle metal, which I didn't grab any metal paints, but I think I'm going to paint it copper.
Okay.
And then I think I'm not sure yet, and I won't do this on stream today, but I think I might also do some OSL glow on this layer right here, on this inner ring, maybe on the outer ring, I'm not sure. I feel like the reason I want to do that is because we will be using this on stream, and we have a top-down view, and I think that would look stunning.
Oh, yeah.
If we do, if done correctly.
Yeah.
Which might mean I might just make Saray do it when it
Well,
comes around.
I like
or you.
from this
Well,
tutorial.
yeah.
Like, I really liked the effect that they did on the top. It'd be cool if we could do.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
the-
That's exactly
the
what I
glowing,
would do. Yeah.
Yeah. From Another Day Miniatures, also linked in our description. If you want to check out.
But
more of their
honestly,
work.
even white, and then Dollar Roundy inks.
Yeah.
I've been doing like the way we did the Stormcast bases, the lava glow on the Stormcast bases, and this goes on a lava board, so I think that could look kind of cool. Whatever it is, it's kind of being powered by the lava, the geothermic powering. Okay, looks pretty cool, right?
I
Folks at
like
home?
it.
Yeah, I've never really sponged terrain like this before.
Really?
I've made a lot of terrain. I've never
Yeah,
sponged
because you
terrain.
were kind of like, I was talking to you about it, and I was like, "Do you want to practice first? Like, do you feel like you got it? Like, straightforward enough?" He's like, "I've done this a million times."
Well, no, you know
And
what? I'm sorry.
So you've done it differently. Yeah?
I have sponged stuff before, but not only sponged stuff, and not this many layers. And
Yeah.
So-
But it's nice.
Okay, I'm moving on to the next color, which is AK Pale Gray.
Yeah.
And I have here that I used a little sponge, but let it be known, I think I'm going to start.
Let it be known.
I think I'm going to start the big sponge. I kind of want to see. So Meg has used the little sponge, and I don't really think it's the right look for this large thing.
Really?
I could try it out.
I feel like it could work in a few spots.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think I might. What I might do
But-
is the final one, AK White Gray. I think I might use that, and then also edge highlight with that color. But this is gonna be one final layer of the big sponge. because I kind of think this needs it. This is a little darker than I want it to be right now is my point. And that's, for folks at home, that's sort of what I'm using as the litmus of whether I'm going to use a bigger light sponge. In other words, I consider using a big sponge as like, Brett and I use this term, the color of the thing. I actually want the color of the thing to be brighter.
Uh-huh.
And then this and the final color are going to be like highlight interest points, not the color of the thing.
Sure.
So I want the color of the thing to go up one more on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to, and I'm just going to start kind of going all over the place, but I probably am also going to once again do some selective cornering again. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the right call, I think.
Okay.
I like it a little bit. Again, this is, I like my miniatures pretty bright, and I like my terrain kind of medium bright, and I like, and my mats are, the mat for this is dark. So I do want this to pop a bit on the mat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brighter. It's a lot brighter with that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like...
doing a couple corners here.
Got a little bit of like chunky paint. Which I guess is something to look out for, right? When you're doing sponge painting.
When you're doing any painting.
Yeah, but like I feel like sponge painting kind of leans into that a bit more, right? Because you're gonna get
you're gonna pick it up and you're gonna keep putting the same blob back
right
down,
and like the paint will also like get caught in the little crevices and kind of dry out a little bit, and so you get little lumps. So
oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
I can't tell if you're messing with
no,
me.
I mean I'm being like purposely silly.
Oh,
goofy.
okay.
Well, I said it, but yeah, it does kind of sound.
I mean, like, just to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Sheesh, I know. First world problem much, Meg?
No, I know. I get what you're saying. Okay, I kind of went over the top. Yes, this is great. I'm liking this. I kind of went over the top with the whole light color.
Yeah.
Some of the pillars I didn't hit all of them with. This is also starting to do a little bit of edge highlight. You can see.
I'll throw mine over there for when you're ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here, let me show it to.
Yeah, Chris literally just said what I was about to say, which is that I think I want to go in and like edge highlight these cracks so they're like really bright blue. Like it's hitting those edges. So I might.
I bet. I know I keep saying this, but I also bet if you darken the rims, including up to this rim. The rim of the
actual
the stone. Yeah, which is what I did on my cities. I think you should try one. I bet you'll be.
I'll try one right now, which means I'm not going to get to this right now. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you want to brush?
I know you wanted my help.
I would airbrush it under normal circumstances,
right.
But we don't have an airbrush.
We're not doing that.
You don't have one? Do you want like this brush or something?
That's fine. Yeah.
So I went ahead and kind of covered all of this with the AK pale gray. But what I'm now going to do is once again kind of take the edge of the rest of this yellow sponge, this guy, and I'm gonna bring out some edges for a second. Whoa, this AK paint has a tap plastic label on it. That doesn't make any sense. They don't sell paint.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
All right, guys, we need to end this poll. So you have like 10 seconds to get your last vote in. If you haven't voted yet, because there is a small delay, I'm gonna finish this rim job on this base, and then I will close the poll.
Yeah, just like exaggerating some corners here to make it look. I don't know if realistic is the right word, but cool. Sell an effect,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sell a look.
Yes. Let's see how I feel about this. I kind of also want to tinker with like a little bit of edge highlighting right now, just to see how it's kind of coming together.
Mm-hmm. Is that paint going on okay?
It's fine. I mean, listen, again, these are like the
It's a
test
test,
models.
yeah.
Like, I'll clean it up.
Well,
if I
it's
need to.
Minotaur.
I just want to get the
It's
idea.
Minotaur.
It goes on real nice.
It's Badger's airbrush paint, so it is designed a little bit more for
Yeah.
it. It is thinner, like a Citadel Air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So far, well, I need to now do
It's pretty.
more of this pale gray.
I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Guys, reminder, if you guys want to ask a question or make a comment or something, or make us do something.
Make us do something.
I always love throwing that one out
Not
there.
necessarily.
Send us a super chat. Yeah, or if you've been a member,
Use your member.
use your free one. I'm
free
sure you guys
one.
have some free ones. And if you're not a member and you're a gray name in our chat, make sure you turn those settings on so you can accept a free membership if it comes your way. Somebody throw in the gray name bot command so they can get the instructions. Yeah. Ugh. Let's do second coat's too soon. So let's play with some edge highlighting.
Oh, see, I was saying go up even onto that.
Well, I want to try this
Oh,
first,
see that first, yeah,
because the color coming through is actually like the bright blue. So
Right,
I'm
right,
kind
right.
of like, why would it be dark? But I'll
Well,
try
yeah,
it.
there's two schools of thought, and ultimately what you're going to want to use to decide is what looks better. The two schools of thought are that's part of the glow, like that is
That's
like
too much.
that the top part of the rim is like part of the
Way
glow.
too much. Yeah.
And then the other school of thought is that if you go up higher, I think it's once again it's gonna like I would keep see that inside right there, I'd keep that light blue
Yeah.
because that's the glow.
Right.
But I would sell the rest of it as I'd use the rest of it to help that pop even more.
I'm wondering, yeah, like
Quality over quantity. I guess,
quality over quantity.
of the light blue.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we throw this under the camera, so like around the edges, when I mush the color into the cracks, if I do dark blue and only the bright blue near like where cracks are forming or something. So it looks like the glow is more centralized. And because I was kind of thinking like, oh, the whole floor is lit, like everything's lit, but it could look kind of nice
Yeah, if it's sporadic.
to localize it. Oops. It's a little wet still. All right, I'm going to test out, just do some quick edge highlighting and see if I like it. Because I might not.
Speaking of edge highlighting, this pale gray is kind of already starting to edge highlight the steps on this thing a little bit. But I do actually actively want to do an edge highlight as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rudy. Rudy gets 5 memberships.
Rudy!
We
It's so nice to see
appreciate that.
Rudy.
Yeah.
You never know when Rudy's going to turn up because he's always away
Yeah.
doing important work.
Yeah.
So
Rudy,
it's cool when he shows up. Hi, Rudy. How are you
Rudy's
doing?
been in the Middle East
Thanks for the party lights.
on deployment.
All right, you got Haunted Bagel, Andrew J, Nick Schmid, Clubber Watson, and Simple Simon.
I hope Clubber Watson is his whole real name.
I love that name. It fits with the party lights.
Don't you feel like there are
You're good,
names that, like, when you were a kid in school, some kids just had cool names, and those kids were just cool? And you're kind of like, why did my parents just give me a cool name? Like, just, like, a guaranteed way to get coolness, to just give your kids a cool name.
I literally have never thought this before in my life.
Oh, no?
I've never thought twice about my name. I don't care. I'm just like, okay, it's my name. Whatever. Yeah, I've never cared about my name at all.
Alliterations are good.
Sure.
Yesterday we saw photography of some movie by someone named Joanna Johansson.
Johansson? I think it's Johan Johansson.
Is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure that's how you
Okay.
pronounce it.
Okay.
What was the movie?
It was that Mandy.
Mandy, yeah.
Nick Cage
I
movie.
think we would pronounce it Johan.
Yeah.
Mandy, we need to give that one another shot. I've only heard good things.
Sure.
And, like, I was expecting one thing, got another. And I was like, my brain's not ready for this right now. It's like bedtime and I can't do this.
It's like
So,
kind of...
we're going to give it another shot.
kind of wants to be like a horror movie, but also, which I'm actually not sure it was doing a great job at, and I don't think I even mind that. I think it was definitely influenced by like 70s, 60s horror, early horror movie.
Stylistically, it's pretty cool, yeah.
It takes place in 1985, I think, which was sort of bizarre to me because it wasn't really reading like a 1985 movie to me. It was reading maybe like a 1978 movie. I know that it's kind of a small distinction in the overall scheme of things, but
yeah. Thank you, D Whisper. Sorry, really quick.
Yeah.
Thank you, D Whisper, for the 5 memberships and the party lights. That's great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
D-Whisper.
So we've got Sleeping Pill, Elijah Patrick. We know that guy. Ed M. Sticky Fingers. Michael Sewell.
I just thought...
I don't know. Sticky Fingers, kind of funny.
All right, look,
Kinda funny.
here we go, folks. This is what it looks like after all the sponging I planned on doing.
I wonder if this will look good.
And I think this is all the sponging I plan on doing. I think I'm pretty happy with this look.
Great.
I'm going to do some dry brushing. And I'm going to do the select.
Do you want me to give you mine to work on?
Sure,
too,
yeah.
If I'm taking
you
too long?
can pass it over in a minute.
Whenever
I'm
you
going to try
want.
to finish this one, and we want to make
Yeah.
sure we like the look before we do it on other
That's
parts
true.
of the terrain. Okay, this is AK White Gray. This is pretty much white. Pretty much white.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try the foam and do some selective. I almost want to dry brush first. And I think I am. I'm going to dry brush first. I'm going to use... Oh, I'm so excited to use my Chronicle RPG dry brushes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Those are nice. I really like those.
Those are my big ones.
I'm going to start stealing them.
It's okay. I steal your brushes too, so...
Well, we share. I was kind of joking, but good to know.
Well, you're allowed to... Yes, of course. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, God.
Wow, look at that.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
I'll
yes.
have what she's having.
Yes. Yes. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, shoot. Calm
It's
down,
been-
everybody.
Someone's getting a
We
little
just woke everyone up.
excited
We woke up the
there.
baby. Guys, we're so sorry. We woke up the baby. Happy Mother's Day again
In the UK.
in the UK. Where else? Is it Mother's Day anywhere else or just the UK? Ours is in May. Oh, we got a little cat who wants to leave.
You know, the US actually is the country that started a lot of these holidays first.
Yeah, to sell cards.
No, because a lot of them, well, maybe actually these ones, but Thanksgiving, I don't think that was the goal.
No, I thought Thanksgiving was like legitimate, right? Like people, like we're actually trying to celebrate
So
something nice.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was
mean,
actually, it's weird. It was like it was being celebrated in the US at different times.
Yeah.
But mostly kind of around the same time in different regions
they
of the
just
country.
normalized
So they
it.
just like officialized it, normalized it.
Yeah.
No one threw a big freaking fit either. Like they probably
Like
would.
with Juneteenth. Oh my goodness, let's not go there. Sorry, Meg. Thank you, Brett, our very own local Brett, member for 5 months. Crude announced for release on March 30th.
Oh, okay, great.
That's great. We need to know that because we want to plan some content around it.
We do.
Because crude are fun. Like, I don't care about 40K, but I really like the models. Like, a lot of the models are cool.
Yeah, crude are cool.
And crude are one of the better model sets.
I think so.
I love them.
I don't know what people were saying about not liking the new guy riding the thing. Those people are off their
I
rocker.
was like, oh, Zach, look, nobody likes it. And he's like, what? Why?
I was like, I'm sorry. This has recently become a top 3 40K model for me.
I know. He's like, this is my favorite model of all time. And
For
people are
40K.
like dunking on it.
For
Yeah,
40K.
for 40K. I was like, I don't know, man. Different strokes.
No, like thematically, that's what I've been wanting. I love crude.
Yeah.
And I thought that model was super cool. I was like,
It's funny.
I assumed everybody else thought it was cool. I was like Stilts guy, I liked,
I like Stilts guy.
but I
ridiculous.
understand the dislike. I understand. I'm not gonna say the hate for Stilts guy.
Does Stilts guy have hate?
Definitely.
Do you guys have hate in your hearts for Stilt man?
Stilts guy? Yeah.
Oh, Stilt guy.
I know.
I like you, Stilt guy.
I like him too. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use this. Here we go. So, the white highlight is down, edge highlight. White gray.
Mm-hmm.
I have torn a piece of packing foam, which, by the way, came from, no one here is going to be surprised to find out, like a battle foam. Like, it's the stuff, it's the stuff you pull out. And I'm going to try some selective areas with the pale gray. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Oh, this is good.
Oh.
Man.
Oh,
This,
give it to me.
Honestly, this really kind of came together with the
Yeah.
the pale gray. Both the edge highlight and the this. And I could do the corner thing again here to kind of pull out some corners a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at the turquoise peeking through.
It's nice.
What I want to point out about the turquoise peeking through, folks, is you could use a lot of colors for that. I almost used a very dark, it's called AK Black Red. It's actually a color Brett and I use for the redwood trees. I almost used that instead of turquoise. Because I was like, I don't know if stone actually looks like that, but that'll look cool too.
Yeah.
But given the nature of how the board that this is going to work on looks, I decided to do the turquoise. But you could do a lot. You could do brown.
Mm-hmm.
You could do the turquoise and the brown. That would actually probably have looked... That's maybe...
Oh, yeah, to give it some, like, warmth.
Maybe my regret here is that I didn't do, like, a warm reddish brown.
Yeah,
Maybe right before the turquoise. Hey, Joplin.
Does Joplin want to leave? You guys hear Joplin?
Yeah, did you guys hear Joplin? Yeah. That's maybe my regret is that I didn't add that, but I'm very happy with how this is coming out. Like
That's good.
This is one of the coolest paint jobs on a piece of terrain.
Oh yay!
I'm very happy with
this.
I'm really happy to get the rest of this now finished, and then we can get it on the stream soon. Like I said, most of this board is finished, but it'll be really super cool to see this on it. On the top down, especially like I said, we'll do a little copper here, I think, and then we'll do like a glow effect.
Hey, Bug.
I guess you're...
I'm gonna put him out. Hi.
I'll get him.
You sure? Okay. I'm throwing in some highlights, edge highlights, and I'm realizing something here that I don't like to say very often. Just kidding. But I think Zach was right. Zach, I think I need to make the bases darker.
Yeah.
Because the edge highlights are not... I'm like, oh, right. That's why this isn't working. Because it's like too bright.
Yeah.
You can show it. It's fine. I don't mind. They can't all be winners, right? This is how we like learn. But yeah, I get it. It's starting to look good. You get what I'm going for, but I'm like, oh, I need to make the base itself darker. So the stone, I'll do darker. Yeah, I'll do some different sponging elsewhere. But yeah, so that's good that I tested that out. I'm gonna get back to
Polychrome. Thanks for the support. He says,
thanks for the party lights.
Dillerman Stilt Sky can take the hate. They just rise over it. You know what, Polly? It's been a long time since we've talked about John Dillerman.
That was a joke.
They rise over it. I get it. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, I see what he did.
Yeah, we see what you did there.
It's been a little while, and we have some new people, so it's not a bad time to remind everybody about John Dillerman. If you have John Dillerman...
Yeah, it's very important that everyone here knows... Here, no one can see what you're doing.
For sure. This area just was a little naked, so I want to...
Sexy area.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Okay, I did say I was going to end the poll
we were in the
earlier,
middle of talking about John
didn't.
Dillerman.
But let's talk about John Dillerman.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get something.
It's not a bad time to talk a little bit about John Dillerman. Just remind everybody that John Dillerman exists.
Yeah.
That if you don't know what John Dillerman is, you should look it up.
Yeah, it's family friendly.
It is family friendly. According to the Danes.
So, if you don't trust them, then...
Polly, I don't know if you saw, but John Dillerman, I think, I don't think they're making it anymore. I think it's only had a season or two. I don't know if that might be normal in Danish television. But I understand that Danes were pretty cool. Europeans were kind of the trendsetters on saying, like, hey, we don't need to have, 8 seasons of a show compared to what we used to do in the U.S. But for a children's show, you can keep making John Dillerman, right? Like, why not?
Why not? Just tired
Anyway,
of it.
definitely check out John Dillerman. I'll just sum it up real quick. If you're like, I don't care what Zach's talking about, I'll go ahead and say it so that you have to look it up.
Don't
Because once I
leave.
tell you what John Dillerman is, you're gonna go look it up.
Yeah.
Basically, John Dillerman is a man who this is a children's show,
Children's
and
show.
John
so it's
Dillerman
fine.
has an extremely long, I'm gonna say rope-like penis.
It is like a rope.
He has a giant rope penis. He's dressed in kind of one of those like 1920s red and white striped bathing suits that like old timey people wore out to the ocean.
Stripey, like
Yeah.
it's like a whole outfit.
His outfit is ridiculous, and
What is that about?
And then it's this weird. I think it's made on computers, but it's made on computers to look like clay.
All right, I can't do this.
It's made on computers to kind of look like claymation, essentially. And John Dillerman is just, in general, insanely grotesque looking. I think. And then has, like, his
Is it
face. They do
grotesque?
up closes of
Oh,
John's
it's like
face.
clay, right?
Yeah, it's like-
yeah.
And,
I agree.
yeah, a prehensile. His penis is described as
Basically,
prehensile.
a tail. Yeah, like a monkey.
Yeah, he has basically a long, very long. And the
It's big.
whole point of
really big.
the whole point of the show is just John Dillerman gets into different issues. Hijinks with his extremely long penis.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I'm like,
It's really interesting. So it caused a lot of controversy when it came out, which is like, shocker. Here's a kid show about a guy with a super
with a
long penis.
big old penis.
But adults are probably overthinking it a little bit. I
mean, it's just funny,
So,
right? I don't know. Is it meant to be funny or educational, or
okay.
just like, hey, look, we all have weird body parts. It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It-
What is it?
Yeah, it is. So Saray's right. It's a body positivity show.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be kind of about like that.
Yeah.
But it got a lot of hate when it came out because it also came out kind of at the tail end of like if we're saying the Me Too movement was like very much maybe like 2024,
Sorry.
2014 up until around COVID era. It kind of
Yeah.
came out right at the tail end of that. And so a lot of people were also
it's
upset.
that recent.
Yeah, a lot of people were also upset because John Dillerman's. It was like, what? Well, hey, here's a show about how funny huge long penises are, and people were like, is that really the message in the Me Too era that we want to be sending?
Oh my goodness.
So there's a lot of controversy about it, and then of course it's just like, hey, I turned the TV and my kid is watching a show about a guy with a giant long
big
penis.
old
Like,
penis.
is that what? Is that,
I mean,
we're not.
I'm not judging.
We're not parents.
I think it's funny.
But yeah, if I was a
And-
parent, I don't think I'd care.
I think it's important to teach kids to say words like penis and vagina, and not like
Yeah, sure.
woohoo or like other nonsense words.
Stickenberries?
Like, yeah.
My sister had a.
We used to joke around with our nephew, like
No, my sis-
refer to it as it's
Because my
because
sister-
he thought it was funny because we made fun of people who
No,
called these
but they
things.
had a
Words
friend
like
that
that.
was they had a friend
Yes, that's right.
like a that's what the term the family used for it was stickenberry.
Stickenberries, like what?
Yeah.
You should be able to talk about your own body just fine.
Rudy, thank you.
Thank you,
sending
Rudy.
his membership
Let's
chat.
move
Good
on.
afternoon from Virginia Hobby Club fam. Paying some Rampart train today. Any plans on 40K train in the near future? Love today's project.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'll be 100% honest with you, Rudy. Not really in the near future. We've said,
The operative word, I think, being near.
yeah, not near. YouTube channels always like to never say never, so I'm not going to say never. But what I'm going to say is, oftentimes, especially with terrain, if we're working on something, then probably it will be used on the channel. And we don't have plans to stream 40K games. We've talked about why before. We think it's a crowded space. There's already a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
There's no real reason for us to throw our hat in the ring. So
Thank you for the hearts.
Not in the near future, for sure. That said, keep an eye out for Brett being on stream because Brett likes to do a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, weird stuff like 40K.
No, maybe not 40K, but okay.
He's been doing Epic.
This Wednesday we're doing. Actually, we have to make the call still, but we're either doing Battlefleet Gothic,
Sure.
which I think is what we're doing, or we're doing Aeronautica.
Oh, yeah. Weird stuff meaning not AOS, I guess.
Third party stuff.
But that's not
specialist games or
Yeah.
outside of GW.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling this thing done.
Okay. I am not calling this done. I mean, it's still pretty early, and also we need to end the poll. I'm actually going to end the poll now, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. Yeah, when we get back to this. But I did want to like kind of mock up what the base will kind of look like. Like, I think I'll do more foliage than this, but you guys can get a sense of how this comes together now. I think the skink rider is still not done also, but I like the way the blue, like the blue is like hinted throughout all the minis, right? So I kind of like how it's showing through. Do you guys like the dark rim or the bright blue rim better?
Can we see the dark rim and how I'm saying how it should be done?
Sure.
I know you're a little nervous to do that.
I'm not nervous.
I'd like the dark rim to go all the way up is my point.
Yeah.
The half...
There goes my Raptor. No, Timber. But yeah, I want to have... Shut up. I want to have plants. I want to fill the base with plants and like on the underneath paint like some blue. Like there's some blue glow coming up.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the idea.
The half look here I think is the worst.
Okay, yeah, I don't like it either.
So either go all the way up with that or don't do it at all would be what I'd say. Also, I hate these plants.
I love them.
Actually, they're okay.
I kind of think you can probably dip them in some kind of varnish, or maybe not varnish, but like something.
Well, whoa.
Like glue, like something.
Let's not rule out the varnish angle so quick.
Make the rim darker, yeah, because a lot of people want black rims.
Well, my new favorite thing, which I even convinced Brett to do, is a very... So our flesh eater quartz are... And if you take a bottle of Lupercal green, folks at home, if you know what that color is or you look it up, it does not look that dark. But our flesh eater quartz have Lupercal green rims, and it looks like a very, very, very dark bluish green.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. The cities, I did Tenebrous gray. With my Nighthaunt, I'm doing the weird Fanta black. That is... aggressively black.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Are you gonna work on your... No,
I think darker rims are better, yeah.
Well, not always.
In general.
No.
Okay, let me put it up. I'll do the whole thing.
Not always, but in this case, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. We ended this poll. Oh, sorry. Let's get back to Rudy. Yeah,
just real quick, Rudy. So what I think you can expect from us is stuff like this. Like, I think Polly's being silly, but like, yeah, this honestly, like a lot of terrain. So 40K terrain often does not work in Age of Sigmar.
This could work in
Age of Sigmar terrain often will work in 40K.
Yeah.
I think you are like, this is a great example. You could make such a cool 40K conversion. First of all, this is a great piece of terrain. Totally steps, totally pointless. You can't put any models on here. Here's a base. Can't do it. You can't put. This is not a huge size model, but none of them fit, so you can't do it.
You're either on top or you're not.
So you're either here or you're here.
Yeah.
My recommendation: any game you're playing. I'm not a rules guy, folks, especially for 40K. But my recommendation, what we often do on stream, is we just ignore this.
Yeah.
There's
leanish.
Cute elements where and especially now that I'm gonna have a Nighthaunt army, I'll be that guy who's like, oh no, we should only use the fly should get the. But you don't really want to be that guy.
No,
we typically on stream
bad.
we're just like you just move on to it. It's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, exactly, Polly. Cultist thing, like you could do a but you could also do an Imperial thing with this. Honestly, like the amount of super cool things you could put right here. A lot. Oh, you know what we have? A lot of.
I'm so excited.
A lot of Mechanicum kits come with these statues of robed people.
Yeah.
Just boom, 4 of them right there. Super cool. Yeah, I'm sure people have done this. I can't be the first one to say that, but also like stone and all of this. I mean, like there's an argument to be made that the Stormcast Eternals have better technology than Space Marines. No, maybe not Space Marines, but the Imperium in general.
Sure, yeah.
Like
because everything's all like old and nobody knows how to use it.
They have high science fiction sci-fi that is falling apart.
Right.
And has taken them down to low science fiction.
Right.
In Sigmar, some of the armies like Lumineth and Stormcast are high fantasy at like the peak of functionality.
Yeah.
Right? Like so anyway. There we go. I'm super happy with this, Meg. Thanks for
I'm so
suggesting this.
Glad to hear that because I'm always worried. Like I don't know. I'm not a terrain person. I'm not a basing person. Clearly, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm not a base person. I'm not a terrain person. So I was like, I just want to try this. I need somebody else to have terrain to work on where I can
Now,
execute. So I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it wasn't a total waste of carbon.
yeah. Now, what I would add to this, so again, we said we're gonna do. I'm gonna paint this copper. I can actually grab a copper paint and do that real quick. Yeah,
You like
I
that?
think it's gonna look better.
Okay.
I could do that real quick, and then like I said, I might do some glow from the ring. Here is that my stomach? Maybe
Hope so.
maybe like here only. I'm not sure where exactly. I don't want to do too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So the other thing you could do. So this is going on a like obsidian board.
Okay.
And so I don't need to do the thing I'm about to describe, but the last step that you could do on this, take an airbrush, sorry to say, if you want it, there's another way you could do it, I'll describe in a second. Take an airbrush and run like Anthonian camo shade if this was in a jungle, or Beal tan green, some kind of green to tint this a little bit, to make it look like moss and stuff, and like green, it's getting greened,
Yeah.
you say.
So I'm going to look at the recipe one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on jade. I need jade. I have it. Guys, I have it.
Dark jade, yep.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. So you could tint it. You could tint it with a red if it was in like a Mars setting or something like that. Yeah.
This thing
So
empty.
Yeah, it is. There's not a lot left, actually. I didn't realize that when I picked it. But we have other colors there similar.
Yeah,
to
do you
it.
want me to... Is there a specific
Are you
one?
not getting any?
I got one drop.
You only need... You will actually, you'd be surprised how little you need of the jade. Although I'm going to need more. But
Okay.
I'll figure it out. I'll go get one
Well,
there.
okay. Well, for now, I guess what am I going to do?
Do you have enough?
With it? No.
Oh,
I mean, not
okay.
really. We can...
Here,
we'll see how far I
let
get.
me grab,
Yeah, not really.
Let me grab Lurking Moss by Minute
Okay.
Care.
That'll work. I mean, it's going on, but yeah, I'm like already out of paint. So. Okay, so our question today, Zach, I don't know if you caught it, but what is the most sponge-worthy 90s sitcom?
There's not a ton of this either, but it's supposed to be the same color.
And we did have a note about that, which is that Seinfeld is not on this list.
Yes.
And I did that on purpose, guys. Seinfeld started in 1989.
Meg, for whatever reason, decided that this needed to be neatly packed 90s
Yeah.
only.
Just to mess with everybody.
Seinfeld really started like at the very end of 1980. It was
Yeah.
like a few episodes ran in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's definitively a 90s sitcom,
Nope,
but that's
started
okay.
in the 80s. So it didn't make the cut for the poll. All of these shows started and ended in the 90s and I think are like top tier.
Yeah, as far as shows that fit that criteria, which is quite sad actually, because it leaves Friends off the
leaves
list.
a lot off the list.
Friends ran from
which made it fair.
Friends ran from
fair
I want to
poll.
say 93 to 2004.
Yeah. That's
Friends ran a lot later
4
than
years
people.
into the aughts. So
Into what?
the aughts.
The aughts.
So it definitely doesn't count.
Have you guys ever seen like those historical things where they're like, we live closer to the Roman Empire than Cleopatra did, or stuff like that, or like
Oh, I love those.
yeah. Here's a weird one. How close The Office started to Friends.
I know. The Office is like the
Very different
opposite
styles.
of Friends.
Very different
Yeah.
styles.
Which I love.
Just different. I mean, yes, like candor wise, different, but honestly, just like stylistically, wildly different. No laugh track, no studio audience, i.e., laugh
Thank
track.
goodness.
No, it didn't have those like cutaway scenes of the city and just like all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, it didn't. Just once in a while, it would be in the city. Yeah, I welcome that new genre of humor. I was very much into that over Friends style sitcoms. But out of this list, who would you pick?
Out of these,
Yeah,
yeah.
out of these.
So Home Improvement
Home
is
Improvement's pretty good.
Home Improvement is god awful.
I really liked it.
Oh my god, I can't. I couldn't stand Home Improvement.
No, I liked it.
Home Improvement was oh my god.
Oh my.
Home Improvement was like
We're gonna have to talk about this.
it's like a bowl of rice. It's so
What?
boring. And
It was pretty formulaic, I guess.
Oh my God!
With Wilson.
Aggressively
Like,
formulaic.
what's Wilson gonna help out with today?
Hey, here's Tim and Al about to show off a new tool. You think Tim's gonna F it up and Al's gonna get it right?
Yeah. Poor Al.
Okay, now what's the problem gonna be today? Do you think it's gonna be Jill and Tim having a weird
Weird fight?
Like, get a divorce, you two.
Oh my God, they were fine. They were like a normal married couple.
Wilson. Oh
We
my
get
God.
into arguments.
It was but that
Yeah,
show.
but that's different.
That show won, by the way. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
It did win. I'm trying to think who I might have voted for Home Improvement, but also Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a great show.
All right, moving
It's
on.
a great.
No, sorry, not moving on.
I'm like, he feels strongly the other way, I guess.
No, sorry, I totally cut you off. That was rude.
That was funny.
What I was gonna say is, no, sorry, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yes, I never watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No.
No, not really.
Okay.
I don't know. It wasn't my thing. I'm not sure why.
Sure.
I have no idea why I didn't watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Are you good with this for the turquoise? The jade? Is that enough? You want more? Here, take it.
No,
Just to look at it.
Yeah, more.
More? Okay.
Yeah,
More.
I can't really. I can barely.
Oh, got it.
Were you able to get any? Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that's
not
blood. That would
yeah.
be terrible. Just cover it with
It's
blood.
pretty similar, but you can see the coverage isn't as good
Yeah.
as Monument Hobbies one.
That's fine, yeah. I just wanted to check with you.
No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't have to do with race, polychromic. And
Oh my God, did he say that?
He's joking, I know, but
Jeez Louise.
no, because actually, like, I remember super loving both Family Matters and Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Loved Family Matters.
Family Matters and Hanging with Mr. Cooper were awesome. No,
Cooper
I don't
was
know
okay.
why I didn't like. By the way, Polly, thanks for putting me in a position where I had to call that out.
I know,
but,
right?
Also, I don't know why I didn't like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I will say this: to this day, I do freaking hate Will Smith, and as Meg will tell you, I will largely hard veto most Will Smith.
You don't like
movies.
I Am Legend?
I Am Legend I cannot stand. Because of Will Smith.
Jeez.
And Will Smith will
I like Will Smith.
Will Smiths up
Poor
at
guy.
any movie he's in. The
It's got it
only
kind of
one
rough right now.
Yeah, well, that's because he went on a stage and slapped a man in front of everybody.
No, he had it rough before that because his wife is insane.
Okay, well, that's
I mean, we can debate
these are
that,
his
but-
own issues. These are
Yeah,
Will
yeah,
Smith's
sure.
personal issues that he is airing in front of everybody.
That's very true.
Chris Rock, by contrast, I know a lot of people
I love Chris
hate on
Rock.
Chris Rock. I love Chris
Why?
Rock.
Who hates on Chris Rock?
I don't know. A lot of people, well, especially younger
Oh.
people, like were doing this big thing about how like Chris Rock deserved
we're like
that.
going through this thing where
Younger
like
people are getting like more violent happy.
oh, that's terrible. Like
I know.
that's horrible.
Violence
Yeah.
is not cool. Slap a guy on stage.
Yeah, this is like us entering the phase of like kids are like, ew, look at what the last generation did.
I know. Yeah,
They
Chris
think-
Rock is. Yeah.
They think this is okay. And
But-
we're like, it's fine. Like, it's a joke. That's
Yeah.
how comedy works.
I'm Team Chris Rock definitely over Team Will Smith. I've never liked.
Yeah,
Will
I mean,
Smith,
I'm a
and I've always
millennial.
liked Chris Rock.
I'm okay with
No,
it.
but millennials love. Will
I mean, the
Smith.
humor. Like, I'm like, that's just, it's a joke. Also, like, come on. They know each other.
Yeah, I don't think.
Come on, Will
they
Smith.
probably don't like each other.
Not
but,
anymore.
Anyway, yeah, not a Will Smith fan. I think.
Alright.
So that now
Is that
this show.
good, or do I still need more?
I think that's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this show that we're underappreciating here. So I like Mr. Bean as a concept, but I never really watched much Mr. Bean. What's not to love about just a freaking idiot ruining everything all the time? Like, it's pretty amazing. Chris Rock is no Chris
I'm
Tucker.
just like
I don't-
enjoying chat for a
Sorry,
second.
I don't even know if that's a good thing. If you mean that as a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. Chat, top 3 Will Smith movies. Go.
Um.
Okay, what about The Nanny, though?
Oh, so wait. I was gonna say.
Oh,
I
sorry.
was about to say Danny. What I was about to say is that what's his name? Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness is good. I did like that movie. It was a very nice movie. Yeah, I did like that, and he did a good job in that. I think there are certain movies where like they seem to be like at the forefront of the work. They're like,
Sounds.
Will, don't be yourself, and then you'll be fine, and then the movie's fine. But when Will Smith gets to be himself, it's just a bad time.
Sure. I don't know. I think he's fine.
Um,
I like. What about Men in Black? Men in Black is like top tier.
so
comedy.
Men in Black.
There we go. There's a comedy that I like.
So Men in Black, Will Smith is really good. That Will Smith is the perfect person for Men in Black.
Yeah.
Right. That's Tommy Lee Jones. That was like perfect. But then he's kept being that character in Independence Day, and makes it kind of rough. Independence Day would be better if it didn't have Will Smith in it. I know it's probably a hot take, not a popular opinion.
Yeah. I do like I Am Legend. That would be on my top 3 Will Smith movies.
I never saw Bagger Vance. I bet he's pretty good in that, actually.
Yeah.
I could see him being good in that.
I didn't see that. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
It's like a golf caddy ghost. It's like a ghost golf caddy man. Kind of like Ghost Dad, but with a caddy.
What?
Again, I haven't seen it. I'm just going off the marketing material and my limited memory on it.
Got it.
Yeah, Nanny. The Nanny. I think we're...
Did you watch that?
I did.
Once in a while I watched it.
Yeah, Fran Drescher, I think you have to kind of probably be from the East Coast U.S. to get the Fran Drescher appeal.
Yeah, did you have a crush on her?
Yeah,
okay.
A little bit.
Because I remember seeing her and thinking, like, oh my god, she's crazy. Like,
she's great, though.
Like, she's funny. Like, the character's funny, but I'm like, who wants to deal with that voice?
A lot.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people, yeah. There's something about Fran Drescher. She's pretty hot, actually. Yeah,
Let's keep talking about this.
No, I just like...
Look how giggly
you'd have to be from, I think, like the Northeast. You'd have to be
into that?
grown up around Italians and Jewish people and cities and stuff.
Is she... I know she's Jewish. Is she Jewish Italian?
I don't... No, that's not really a thing.
Oh, okay.
You ever hear of Vatican City? Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
It's not exactly.
I don't pay attention.
It's not a thing, but they are, in Hollywood, there's a famous Hollywood adage that they can be used interchangeably.
Sure.
Yeah. So... Yeah, and the Nanny was kind of funny. I mean, like she's
funny. Yeah, no, I thought it was a funny show. It wasn't like, I didn't watch it.
It's a shtick, right? She's a character.
I can't deal with that
She's
voice.
like a character, right? Like, and that is actually how Fran Drescher is. She's is pretty
herself.
much just like
another
that.
Will Smith situation.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, I'm into the Fran Drescher type.
All right, what about Mr. Bean? We put that one in there for the Brits.
I remember, I know, and they are all celebrating.
And they're like, nah. Exactly, they're not here, so they get Mr. Bean. I think Mr. Bean was funny though. You
can be Italian and Jewish. Sorry, yes, you can be. You can be both just Italian and Jewish by marriage or whatever, right? But there aren't.
That's so right. But so I don't think it's fair
correct.
for me to ask.
Sorry, what I meant to say is that like.
Ethnically, it's not really a thing.
When Germans moved to the U.S. and Russians, a lot of them were Jewish.
Okay.
No Italian that moved to the U.S. Probably very few. I'm sure there's some were Jewish. They're Catholic, right? They're
mostly Catholic. Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Bean.
I saw the movie. I actually didn't see the show.
Same. And I remember when the movie came out, I was like,
"Oh, Mr. Bean."
I was like, oh my god, what is this? And then I was like, this is hilarious. This is freaking
Yeah,
idiot.
why did we like it so much? I really liked it.
I
couldn't tell you a thing about it
British humor is exported into the U.S. pretty well overall.
I mean, they've exported a lot of stuff. I mean, rock music, right?
Music,
like
music
Leppard,
and
Queen.
their comedy has happened.
Yeah.
Food, not as much.
Not so much. Okay, but we do have fan stuff to move on to next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool. Zach, I'm going to let you run the show here.
Okay.
You guys did a lot of stuff. There's a lot to pick from.
Starting
with Polly.
Steam tank.
Isn't it cute? I love its little baby steam tank.
This is from Polly. Yeah. Polly, how big is this steam tank? I'm genuinely curious. That's adorable. You know what's funny? This is not the current steam tank kit, I can tell. But the current steam tank kit is old. It's late old world, which I think late old world stuff still holds up overall in Sigmar. What I was gonna say about this though is that it actually it's metal, right? It actually doesn't look that different from the new Steam. Like, they did not really redesign it. I mean, they did a little bit, but very, very little. This is pretty much what the new Steam tank looks like as well. It's iconic, I guess, right? It's like, hey, here's a cool look, like a cool fantasy tank.
I'm curious how long this took you to finish, Polly. It's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice job on the metallic
The other
look.
thing, Polly, is can I request from now on when you share fan stuff? Because I never know what freaking size stuff you're painting, because sometimes you paint tiny.
I mean, it looks tiny to me.
But there's no sense of scale. Can you start putting...
This is big. This is tiny.
Can you put like something down? I'm asking him this. He's Polly, so he's going to put something else down that is variable in size, like a strawberry, and you're not going to be able to tell what's going on.
All right.
This is cool. Yeah. Yeah, got it, Meg.
Okay.
My hands are covered and stuff. So.
Got it. Well, you said you were done, so I thought I'll keep working while you run the controls.
I don't think I ever said I was done.
Oh, I thought you were. I guess
I'm done this thing, but now I'm doing the pillars.
Okay.
Gut Ripper. Who's this?
This is
Andrew?
Bradley.
Oh, this is
our very own Bradley.
This is our Brad?
Yeah, our Brad.
Oh, yeah, he's a good
so
painter.
you guys get a little preview of what's coming.
Yeah, we will have
channel.
we will actually have Crow Boys on even before Brad finishes his. Our friend Andrew.
Yes.
I think he's going to be on a members night in the near future.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is Brad's a great painter. Brad is crazy. He's
crazy.
He has so many projects going on at once. And he like does them all. It's like they don't disappear. They don't like. It's not like, cool, oh yeah, I'm working on this, but I haven't touched him for 6 months. He's like legit working on everything.
Yeah.
Brad also super good at basing.
I'm excited to get him on the hobby show.
We do need to
You guys
get
need to
Brad on
meet
here.
him as a hobbyer. Like you guys have met him as a player, but not a hobbyist yet.
It's a better way to kind of get to know somebody too, because you can gab more.
Yeah, that's all these are, gab sessions. But anyways, this is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Oh, who's doing this? This is Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. This is Umi's bro.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You can tell by the base.
Yeah. Umi.
All the pretty flowers.
Umi's like, hey, I got a great basing scheme for you.
Yeah.
It's looking good. New Shadow Sun model here. I like the blue. I like the white. I feel like it's just kind of like a Gundam vibe, like a mech, like a Japanese, like a Japanese Gundam vibe with the colors.
Piece of terrain that it's standing on too is really nice.
It's an Aquila. It's a smashed
with the
Imperial Aquila that
verdigris.
She's toppled. Yeah.
She's toppled it. Very pretty.
It's like having
nice color scheme too.
Yeah. Oh, I like the little orange.
Yeah.
I kind of missed that at first.
Yeah. I like the little orange pops.
How cool to have like, one, a brother still alive.
Jeez, Zach.
Mine's not. But then two, I was gonna say.
Oh my God.
Then two, I was gonna say that like you get along with and like does the same hobbies as you.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew. Sorry about that going dark there for a second.
This is Timbit.
Doing a little. Is he doing like some
sketching? Some frog sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was worth sharing. It's kind of cool to see people like doing other hobbies outside of miniature painting, and like you see how it feeds in to what they're working on.
So that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here? Is he doing
possibly? But I mean,
let's not ask him.
We won't ask. We'll just assume. I assume so, right? Like, or even if it's not you testing out a color scheme or how you're going to paint something, it's just like, I want to think about frogs right now because I'm going to be painting frogs.
Sure.
I think it's kind of a cool little warm up.
Yeah.
And also it's very cute. Yeah. Timbit, you are a really big inspiration. This is actually very inspiring to me. I'm like, I should just paint little drawings on a piece of like this hobby paper we have, right? Like, why not? So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that.
On the surface, it could seem like what the heck that it's this like pretentious artist stuff, but I kind of get the whole like putting it down on paper in a medium that maybe you're more experienced on. And for a lot of us, that's probably the issue, right? Like I'm a little more confident painting and models and stuff than I am drawing. Although I like drawing, but I'm not super good at it. And I can't necessarily wrap my head around that. But I think that for a lot of people who feel real comfortable in that, like you or Timbit, right? It probably makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Timbit.
Yeah.
This is Rough House.
Oh, yeah.
I love this crazy model.
What is this model?
It's like chaos?
It's definitely chaos.
Okay, I'm like, which chaos? Is
It's
it Nurgle?
scratch built.
Is it,
because that's
is it...
is that a Hogrot Slitta in the back? Is it a Chaos Spawn?
It also looks like Slaneshi, kind of, with the arms.
It might just be a Chaos Spawn.
Okay.
But
it looks like a Kit Bash, you're saying.
It's that, I think so.
I love this.
That's a Cruel Boy in the background. A Hogrot.
Like sort of attached to it,
that looks
hanging
like
off of it.
That looks like a Hogrot Slitta, I think.
Wait, so he Kit Bash this whole thing? This isn't the way the model looks?
Am I wrong, folks?
I don't know.
Do folks at home know? No, this is no
anyway.
model. Oh, a cursed cultist. Is this actually an accursed?
Yeah.
Is this actually what they look like? It's not a Kit Bash.
Not a
Oh my
Kit Bash.
god! Wow,
Okay.
I do not know.
Because I was gonna say that skin being stretched out over that hump would be amazing.
Looks very good. I am.
But
I'm
okay. This is a cool model.
I've not been doing a lot of 40K.
Yeah. Clearly. Me neither. Yeah. But I like the color scheme. It looks insane. I like this model.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, that really looks like a hobgoblin.
Liberty, you are very wrong.
His little face looks like he's like a hobgoblin.
I love it. Yeah. And I love that this guy is like attached to him and also like fighting.
This accursed cultist kit has like different models in it. It has like some big. I think this is one of the bigger ones. I forget what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
But it has like some big, really messed up guys like this, and then has like little, like smaller guys. I remember when it came out, it was kind of weird. But I've never gotten a good look at the kit. I don't think I've ever seen it firsthand. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, really nice.
Love it. All right, whose is this? I forgot. Oh, Zacharias.
This is a I forget what kind of dreadnought this is. Again, also not good at 40K. Dreadnought. Not good at 40K anymore.
Well, it's beautiful.
But it is beautiful.
Look at that white.
Yeah.
It looks especially nice.
This is not dreadnought. This is the Custodes. It's
okay.
I forget what it's called.
Okay.
Telemon. It actually might be a dreadnought, but anyway, it's the Custodes dreadnought.
Well, it's got a lot of cool things going on for it. Like, for one, the white. The white is really well done. Pretty, really pretty. And these nice red glowing parts of the guns or weapons, I think is sold really nicely. Look at all that OSL happening against the white. It's beautiful. Like, it really reads as light. And then the base is like black and white. This is a very stark looking model, and it really like makes the color choices pop.
The red is
the red and the gold, like they really pop.
You know the thing about gold also, I'm gonna say this, and what did you just do?
I just finished graphite.
Graphite. So graphite? After graphite is white gray. No.
Pale gray? Pale gray. Okay, thanks. Okay, sorry.
And this is one, Meg, where if you want, you can start doing some of the corners.
Yeah.
With an edge sponge.
Okay.
The edge of a sponge.
Yeah.
You can use one that actually has an edge like this.
Sure.
Or you can, here I can tear this off. Or you can kind of also just mostly do it on your own. But what I was going to say is gold is kind of hard to actually, I don't know if anyone else feels this way. But I find gold is actually can be a little bit hard to get to stand out. Like
really?
I don't kind of inherently feel that gold is a color that like pops.
I think if you really want gold to pop, you put it against something cool.
Yes, I suppose so. Yeah. But I think he's done a good job here.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, it's also against like white. There's contrast.
Right.
Which really pushes it forward. Yeah. And it's kind of like a cool looking gray.
You have to. I guess what I'm saying is.
And then the pops of color are all warm.
Right. I guess what I'm saying, Meg, is I think a lot of people can get, like, you have to get a recipe. You really have to. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
With gold. Nice, very nice. Let me move on. Next one. Oh, Soups. This is a Mirror and Banshee.
Oh my gosh. I I love this take on this ghost.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. It looks so good.
Why did Soups? I wonder why Soups painted it. Here we are, baby.
I think he said he was just interested in it.
Oh, just interested? Yeah.
Yeah, like he just liked the model.
They are super cool models. I just bought a box of these.
You did.
Yeah. I'd like to add.
You're working on it.
I'm working on Night Haunt. They're not going to be in my initial run, but I'd like to get them next. Meg, you know what they do, by the way? Their rule.
No, I don't.
So, if a unit of yours is affected by an enemy spell within 12 of them, you roll 2d6.
Okay.
And if you you have to beat. If you beat the casting value of the spell, not the spell's roll, right? Not the casting roll, but the casting value of the spell.
Yeah.
Then, like the spell is ignored. So, like, if you cast...
Well, I hate that.
Yeah, if you cast Spirit Gale and hit, like, 3 units near them, they'd roll a die for each one. And each time they beat the value, it would ignore it.
Well.
They eat spells.
I'm not looking forward to playing against you.
This looks super cool. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
It's such a unique choice, too, for, like, a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love this a lot.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah,
work,
thanks, Soups.
Okay, moving on. This is... Who's doing these? Is this Chef?
It's
No.
Chef.
Yeah, this is Chef. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Chef's
I
moving
love
Nurgle. It's
these.
a Beast of Nurgle, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I think...
I love this color scheme.
We keep telling him this. I think this is, like... He's really knocking out of the park with his Nurgle.
I think
he's
yeah.
a great painter, and he paints a lot. I've seen some... We've all kind of... A lot of us have said we feel like this... He's really... upped his game here with this.
Yeah.
He's got this purple down great. Look at that.
Isn't it nice?
And the blue popping.
Yeah.
And honestly,
that bright blue
the
is
blue
so eye-catching.
It is the turquoise here. The blue Chef I feel like is a improvement even on the Nurglings. Like the blue here on the Beast of Nurgle I think is popping for me even more than it did on the Nurglings.
Yeah, it is. There's like a lot more places for it here, which is nice. And I like how it's worked into the base too.
Did you? Yeah, it looks like he also put a little bit of a dark edge around it. That I don't think the Nurglings have. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we call that? Like the setting. The setting for the pustules. Yeah.
Oh my god, Polly said that steam tank he painted is on a 20 by 40 millimeter base.
Oh my gosh.
About thumb sized.
That's cute.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, this looks great, Chef. I'm excited to see more of this. Oh, I'm excited to see some of the big kits. Honestly, I'm also excited to see some of the mortal, Chef. I don't know if you're doing that. Dudes on Flies. Blight Lords.
Here we go, Rudy.
Oh, this is cool.
Heck yeah. Stormhawk down. Rudy posted this with a bunch of other pictures. Actually, a lot of folks today had multiple pictures. So make sure you go to the Discord and check them all out. Rudy was looking for some critiques on his, I think it was just in general, overall, looking for critiques. So Rudy posted this in finished. Just a reminder, if you guys want critiques or want your work to possibly end up being critiqued live on our show, post it in the critiques channel. Because we'll lose track of it in the finished channel. So Rudy, if that's something you want us to do potentially on Wednesday, we'll grab somebody's work from the critiques channel and do that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this looks great. Like, sure, he's looking for critiques later on, but I like talking about how nice it looks. I really like the edge highlighting.
Yeah.
The weathering's great.
Yeah, I like this too, Rudy. I'm wondering if you're playing with this or if this is terrain or it's just a piece you did for fun. I love the Stormhawk kit. And I love the colors you did this Stormhawk in. They're very naturalistic. Mm-hmm. They're not very marine, traditional marine-like. It's cool to see this molecule. Cody, if you search him, Rudy, if you guys haven't chatted before and you search some of his work, he has a really dark blue Ultramarines army that he's kind of, sort of the way he describes it is like Space Marines for adults in a non, gross way, but like what if Space Marines were the color they really maybe should be? I almost feel like, Rudy, yours is Imperial Fist for adults, like who are normally the super bright yellow Space Marines. Yeah. What if they really were a like a faction? What if they really existed? What color would they actually look like? And it would probably look like this, right? That's pale. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the weathering done too.
Weathering's great. I
Yeah.
like the black on the front part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool. The weathering's actually great.
Yeah.
The chipping and stuff. Yeah.
So we did, I want to go back to Soups's really quick. Because I forgot to mention, this is also a submission for our monthly challenge.
Oh, right.
Although he's disqualified because he's an Igor. He's a mod. But just a reminder to everybody that we do have a Crowing for It monthly hobby challenge going on in our Discord. The theme is beginnings, right? So I think Soups was beginning like that new unit. Maybe that's how he interpreted it. But make sure you guys check that out. If you want to enter the challenge, the hashtag is Crowing for It. You can post your finished pieces anywhere in our Discord with that hashtag, and you will be entered for this month.
Yeah.
Which is beginnings. So interpret as you see fit.
I need to
And submit.
Yeah, I need to reach out to Laura actually, because she won February.
Yeah, we need to send her something.
Yeah, and we have a physical prize.
Right.
The joy of getting to have a say in the construction and stuff of this model.
Yeah.
And the look of this model is fun, but who doesn't love a good real prize?
Well, something,
like
something
Christmas, like
sent
a
your
Christmas thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Caldorf, thank you for the party lights earlier while we were hiding behind fan stuff. Thanks for the chuckles, you two. I need to ping Brett to find out about the side games going on at the upcoming narrative event and how to sign up. I can't commit to 2 days. Wish I could. All right, now I'm assuming he's talking about Maelstrom Mixer.
Oh, yeah, I probably.
Yeah. Maelstrom Mixer is in May?
It is in May.
Yeah.
Kind of early, mid-early May. I want to say like the second weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are there going to be side games? I think the only day with side games is Friday.
I don't know that they're doing that again this year.
Okay.
I don't know if they're not. I don't know one way or the other. Brett's here in chat, I believe.
Yeah. So good idea to ping Brett. Make sure you do that.
Yeah. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll actually
booth.
be talking more about Maelstrom Mixer in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
After Rocky Mountain Open.
Yeah. Right. One at a time, guys. Yeah. One tournament at a time. But yeah, the side games, I don't know if there are side games. However, this is going to be hosted in a I guess you could call it a game bar. It's all like done up with like esports. So it's really set up for esports, but there's like a big area that is off to the side where the club will set up once a week and play games. Mm-hmm. And so that's the area that will be used for the tournament. Also, they have like a wall of board games. It's just a gaming place, right? So if you want to come play board games and hang out, that's cool too. Don't have to buy a ticket for that. But Brett can fill you in more on like the actually scheduled things that are happening. Yeah. But glad you're having a good time, Caldorf. We like having you here too.
Yeah, thank you, Caldorf, as always.
We're hitting the end of our stream.
Yes.
And so before we head out, I'm going to let you finish, right? But I wanted to remind you guys, so today for the Mandrills, if you're a Mandrill, there is a thank you in our Discord, and it is a workshop with Devin Bush, Brush Adept on Instagram. We have a quick and dirty NMM workshop happening today at 3. He'll be around for 2 hours, showing you guys how he achieves this effect quickly, like in a quick and dirty way, for those of you who want to try it out on your armies, right?
Quick and dirty way, learning that first is a really good way to...
Yeah.
Like, I know for myself, after I kind of learned how to do something quick and dirty, I can then kind of start being like, oh, from here I do this or whatever. You can start to see.
You can see what's next for yourself.
What's next.
And also the quick and dirty way is like a nice way to try something that's a level up from what you're used to doing for a big like group of things, right? Because non-metallic metal is really daunting. Like, especially if you're trying to apply it to an entire army.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing it for my Seraphon, like little bits of gold that they have like on their shields and stuff. And even that, I was like, you know what? With how slow I'm going, like, I don't want to do this, but I might try it today at the workshop. Yeah. And if it goes quick enough, I might go over all my gold with non-metallic metal.
I mean, it's just the shield, but then of course
there's other bits like
yeah.
on other pieces. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we all saw Timbits, Giant
right.
Slan that had some good gold
Once
on
you
it.
start going, you're going to realize
you got to keep going.
There's other things.
Yeah.
Okay. So Meg, I am just about finished here.
Okay.
I'm doing the white dry edge highlight dry brush on the last of the pillars here.
Yeah.
So go ahead. We can hit the Lumex. Here it is. And
cool.
Boom. Now, what's not done here yet? Yeah, I'm going to move it. What's not done here yet is, like I said, we'll probably do a glow.
Yeah.
I'll do some kind of metallic here. Like I said, I think probably copper, and then we'll do maybe like a glow here, somewhere in here. These are not on. Some of these have torches, you can see, and so we want to actually have those torches.
Yeah.
Glowing too. But there it is. Pretty easy. Speaking of quick and dirty, it was quick. My hands are very dirty. Quick and dirty.
Yeah, this was a cool effect.
Good effect,
really impactful, really fast, and good for anybody who's wanting to get into making terrain.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic.
Also seems like it'd be a good way to weather, which we didn't really touch on today, but I think it'd be worth trying out for like a weathering effect.
Yeah, it looks incredible. I'm looking at it here, and I'm just like, this is great. I'm really happy with how this came out.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked something out that's useful.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed that, and really, like, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for your super chats. Thank you for your memberships. Thank you for your goofy comments.
Yeah, Mandrills, if it's not too late, some of you in the UK, EU, dip into that that class with Devin. Even if you're just curious, it's not a bad idea to dip in and see how those go. And be like, oh, this is good. I could learn from this. Or, not very my thing, one way or the other. But I think you would like them. I think anyone could get anything out of them because we're planning on doing more.
Yeah, and we're also looking for feedback. So if you could just like check it out and give us your thoughts, we'll send out a survey. It's like 5 questions.
He's also been aggressively nice about helping out after. So once you kind of go in and you then leave and you do the non-metallic metal, you send him pictures or you post them and you tag him in our Discord. He's been like super cool about
super responsive, gives feedback. Yeah, so. Really great addition to the community. Glad you guys get to take advantage of it. Hope you do.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I think we did it.
We did it.
Yeah. Do you want to take us out?
Yeah. As we say, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, always be creating.
Bye.
Bye.